Welcome back to another episode of Wayne's Fish World. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to DIY your own aquarium sump. This tank is my 29-gallon aquarium it's my first aquarium I got when I was like 14 or 15 with my own money when I got a job. But this was originally a saltwater tank, and I decided to go bigger into a 55-gallon tank. And I didn't want this thing to go lying around, so I turned it into a freshwater tank. Then I kind of got hooked into plant systems, and actually I've got a 125 over there, right over there behind the camera. Click right here if you want to see it. But after I had this thing lying around, it's not a freshwater tank anymore, I said, I want to turn this into something. And I said, why not go better filtration on my saltwater tank? I always liked sumps, but they always cost so much money. A sump around this size can cost anywhere from $150 to $350, all depending where you get it from, acrylic, glass, etc., etc. And you can save yourself a lot of money if you go and build your own sump. And guys, it's not that hard. I was always discouraged because of the cost, or what if I mess it up, but you're never going to find out unless you try it. I actually have a sump upstairs in my George Seahorse tank. Not quite set up yet, but it's still cycling. I got my first coral in there today. It's a Kenya tree. But back to the video. This is my 29-gallon. And what I had before, this was actually on my 55-gallon tank, and what I had before, I had tank dividers. And I found out it did not do the job. I want to create different chambers for different locations. Intake, refugium, deep sand bed, maybe I want to do some UV light or something over here, false band reactors, etc. Then my return. So I got it in my head how I want to do it this time, and I'm going to do it right. I'm going to get it right and do it the right way. And guys, it's not that hard. I cleaned out my sump and it was filthy, absolutely disgusting. So the materials you need is silicone and a caulking gun. Make sure you get aquarium safe silicone. I recommend 100% silicone. Make sure it's waterproof. There's two different kinds. You can get a waterproof that'll grow mold, and you can get a waterproof for aquariums, and it'll work for kitchen and bath, etc., etc. 100% silicone makes sure it's aquarium safe. I got, this is actually from Walmart. It's clear all-purpose silicone. There's many other different types out there you can get. And you need some Scotch tape that's strong to hold the glass while it's drying. And to cut the tape, you're either going to need scissors or a pocket knife like I have. I like pocket knives. Or you might need a glass cutter. I went to Lowe's and I got them to cut the glass for me. I recommend Lowe's. Home Depot's good too, but I highly recommend Lowe's. Lowe's will cut the glass for free. So let me show you what I got. Here's the plexiglass I got. This was 24 by 18, and I cut it into 4 different sections. You can see there. I cut it into 4 different sections. It's 9 by 12 each, and these are basically my chambers. So basically, you just go to Lowe's, you can buy a glass cutter, and a glass cutter is not expensive. It costs like $3.99, I think. Basically, you run a line down the glass while, like, let me show you. I wish I had one on me so I could show you. But say this is your piece of glass. You get the glass cutter and you rub it across, and it makes a point of pressure. And then you just take it over edge and smack it, and then cut off clean. And the other part will just fall off. So basically that's all they do in the store, but they have this fancy machine that gets it straight and gets it equal. Make sure you don't screw it up. So basically 12 inches for a 29-gallon sump works fine. I'm going to have to squeeze it in there because it works perfect. But now I've got chambers, so I can have one there, etc., etc. And it's not really hard. I recommend getting a permanent marker or a washable marker and drawing the lines on the glass before you get started. Because think it through, guys. Think where you want everything. Think how you're going to do it. And that way, you know, when you start siliconing stuff, you didn't screw yourself over. So I'm going to start siliconing the aquarium now. There you go, guys. You can see I got the glass panels in here now, and I actually got them curved because I kind of like it like this. Gives it a more fancy look, in my opinion. It suits my fancy, so you guys ain't got to do it this way. If you don't want it curved, cut your glass to 11.5 inches. 10 inches won't work. It's just too short, and 11 inches too short too, guys. 11.5 will work great for you. When you cut your silicone, try to get it on a 45-degree angle. For your bead, when you start out, try to make the bead as thick as your plexiglass. If you want to go thicker, that's cool, because you know, the more sealant, the more likely it is to be sealed. So when you're siliconing, you want to make sure you get all the areas. That way you make sure water flows the way you want it to. So we'll make sure our plexiglass is in line. Alrighty, it's time to get rolling. Oh, messed that one up. There we go. Make sure we get all the sides. Well, to tell you the truth, if that side's sealed, I really don't have to worry about the other side. Water can't penetrate through the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all the sides of plexiglass I cut, and I'll come back at you when it's all siliconed in. There we go, guys. That's pretty much all it is to it. And you can see I got some silicone on the glass and stuff. It looks a little sloppy. Yeah, it does. But I can remove that when it dries. I can just scrape it off with a razor blade or something, or my pocket knife. If you want to get a real good flat edge, I don't know what they're called, but they're used for silicone, for bathing and stuff, for caulking. It's a little plastic straight edge thing. You can probably use something like a baseball card or something straight, like something straight that can get into that seam with a 90-degree angle, and basically it'll flatten and straighten that silicone out as straight as can be, and that way, you know, it looks a little more appealing to the eye. So basically, guys, micron sock's going to be over here, so it'll be hanging down right here. Water's going to flow through the micron sock, get filtered out with the big particles. Water's going to flow up, can't go past this, you know, plexiglass right here, so it's going to say, hey, gravity's going to kick in. Water's going to flow down. I might have some sponges here. I'm not too sure. This is where the refugium is going to be, right here. All this area right here is going to be the refugium. There's going to be a shallow sand bed in here, just for aerobic bacteria, and the plants can have some kind of structure, like Haladia and stuff, to, you know. I might just do chlorpin down here. Who knows? And I can have a clear, just plain clear glass, and it keeps clean that way. This is a big nitrate remover area right here. This is where is my my deep sand bed. My hand's 8 inches or something like that. I don't know. So yeah, this I think is around 9 or 10 inches high. So I think it's 9 inches. Yeah, this is 9 inch high and 12 inches wide. So 9 inches. And that looks right about right. So 9 inch high deep sand bed, about 3 inches wide. That's gonna be my deep sand bed. I want my deep sand bed like this because it cannot get disturbed. Deep sand beds, when they are disturbed, you've got a big problem. Deep sand beds will leach out methane alcohol. Combine that with seawater, it's gonna cause sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid can just destroy your tank like that in an instant. So clean water finally passes through right here where the return pump's at. Return pump might go through UV light and etc., but return pump goes through the main tank. And on this back wall right here might be a protein skimmer. I could fit a protein skimmer in here or beside the return pump. That's why I left a lot of room, guys. I can definitely fit a protein skimmer over here, no problem. So yeah, this is all you got to it, guys. Really easy. You can save a lot of money if you have a tank lying around, or if you want to go out. It might look really bad, but if you're a guy and you really don't care, you can get a Tupperware bin, plastic bins at Walmart, dollar store, etc., etc. I've seen a lot of guys on YouTube make their sump out of plastic bins, and it works. It doesn't have to appeal to the eye. It just has to work, and that's what DIY is all about, guys. Saves your wallet a little. So let me show you where the sump's going to go. This is where the sump goes, and you can see my overflow right there. PVC overflow. My airline tubing has started to siphon when I first did it, and my overflows to the point where if the power goes out, I'm okay. And you can see it's just siphoning a little bit out. And to show you the water that came out of this sump, yeah, that water right there came out of the sump, so it was a wreck. So I'm gonna do it the right way, guys. So when can I start putting water in here? When can I, bring the sump to life? I've got to let the silicone cure for 24 hours. I'm going to wait a little longer just to be safe, but they say wait around 24 hours. I'm probably going to wait a couple days just to be safe. You can't be too safe with these kinds of things. So I'm going to go ahead, put this into my aquarium DIY stand I made, and hook it back up. There it is, guys. My 29-gallon DIY sump is in place. This time I'm doing it right. Make sure I do it right. Also, I'll show you some other equipment going on this tank. It can save you a lot of money. DIY lighting on your sump. Don't go out and buy all expensive light for your sump when you're just growing low light needed plants like Chaeto and Callirpa. This is what you need, guys. This is a standard gooseneck lamp you can put on your desk or whatever. I get them at Walmart. I got the idea from Mike Vegas Surfer. Mike, if you're watching, here you go, man. Shout out for you. Here's his channel right here. He actually got the idea, I think, from another guy on Fish Tank TV. I think it was Kirk or somebody. I'm not too sure who started this idea, but whoever started this idea was a mad genius. And basically, I put a light bulb in there. This is one of those screw-in power complexes. It's actually a house light bulb. All you need is a low Kelvin light, like 65K would be great. So it puts out like I think 70 watts, but only uses like 13 watts, so that's cool. And this can support macroalgae, guys. So I can just connect this to the back of the sump and turn it on, and boom, lights my sump up. I'll show you. Boom, there you go. Let me straighten this up a little. Now I've got light on my sump, and if I ever need to get in there, I can move that gooseneck lamp just like that, or however I need to move it. That way I ain't got to worry about a light being attached to my DIY stand and worrying about it falling in. This is a gooseneck lamp. It's not going anywhere, guys. It's a great tip. Some people also get a couple of these and put those power compact screw-ins from Walmart. They're like 65K and put out 20 watts. They work great too. This one works great just with one big bulb. Just make sure you don't put too much voltage or too big of a bulb inside this lamp. I think it can only hold like 40 watts. So make sure you don't overload it, guys. So comment, rate, and subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know, guys. Later.